for everybody for coming out here tonight. So, first and foremost, we're going to introduce our county executive, Ike Leggett, who's here tonight supporting this event. Can we say thank you? And we also have our assistant chief, Betsy Davis, here. Thank you again. We have Officer Tara Wimmer, who is my partner in crime. And she's pretty much helped me with everything, as has Nora Stevens and Paula Alesta. So we also have, I know, she's reluctant to raise her hand. And we have Ann Gibbons from Autism Speaks. What we try to do is work in partnership with Autism Speaks, with Fire Rescue, with county executives, to build partnerships with everybody in the autism community. That's the goal tonight. So I'm going to let Assistant Chief Betsy Davis say a couple of words. First, I want to thank Lori and her team for everything tonight. I'm Assistant Chief Betsy Davis, and Lori falls under the Special Operations Division, which is one of my divisions. And this is our second annual event, and I'm extremely pleased to be able to be here. I do want to extend Chief Manger's welcome. Chief Manger's out of town at the Major City Chiefs, which actually kind of works with IACP, the International Association of Chiefs of Police, which Lori has worked very hard with autism. So it's a good thing where he is. He's doing hard work for the county. But he also wanted me to convey to you how committed we are in continuing our partnership with Autism Speaks, Fire Rescue, county leaders, the health community, and you, the families and caregivers. It is my honor to be able to introduce our county executive, Mr. Isaiah Leggett, who is here tonight because he has supported us with every effort we've had in the county. We've got a great budget this year. We're going to add officers, which will help our fight with crime, but also help the community and the education process as we go through to deal with elopement issues, to deal with autistic children. And I can't thank him enough for taking the time, and I want to introduce our county executive.
Thank you and good evening. Do you love this weather? Well, it's better than the rain, and certainly it's better than the snow that we've had this past winter. Good evening, and thank you all for coming out tonight. We're here tonight to put a spotlight on an agency and a group of people that you might not put together. First, our Department of Health and Human Services is known for its support of people with autism and their families. Perhaps less known but equally important is the work of our outstanding Montgomery County Police Department. It has its own programs that take their place in a county that values all of our residents. Let's give them a round of applause. All they're doing tonight, Officers Reyes and our team, for the work they've done to make this possible tonight. I want to thank the department for sponsoring tonight's event, which brings together first responders, caregivers, and family members of people with autism. The police department is an active part of our county's effort to help people with autism and their families. The department responds to investigate about two cases a week of missing children with autism. That's every week, 2 per week. Responding to calls when people go missing is only one of the functions the police department undertakes. Their special manager search operation team works with caregivers and others. Here tonight, you will meet some members of the team and learn how to stay in contact should you need their help. The Project Lifesavers program specifically helps with the challenge of wandering. As part of this program, caregivers are provided with information and tools to prevent episodes of wandering, and officers will work with caregivers to implement those safety measures. If necessary, the wandering individuals may be outfitted with personalized bracelets. The bracelet emits a unique automatic tracking signal every second for 24 hours a day. If participant wonders, loved ones can call 911. Officers who have been trained in Project Life-Saving System then use radio frequency tracking system equipment to locate the participant. Project Lifesavers are also specifically trained in the methods necessary to communicate with a person with autism, Alzheimer's, and other disorders. They also have an active educational program. Tonight, the officers are given our bright autism safety shirts that let people know to call 911 if it seems a person is left alone. Specific programs and departments aside, it is clear to me that one of the county's most important responsibilities is to facilitate the inclusion of people with disabilities into a full community. We help in many ways with employment, housing, health care, recreation, and transportation. In the recently approved budget, funding for service for people with special needs was increased, let me repeat this, was increased by over $1 million. It includes funds for more transportation, support for state community living programs, and job opportunities for people with disabilities. I hope you will enjoy the fair tonight, meet officers who are here to help, and connect with loved ones. I think it is possible for us to have a wonderful evening tonight. Let's have a wonderful program tonight. Enjoy the facilities, enjoy the weather, and again, let's give our officers a round of applause for what they do as well. And let me also take this opportunity to introduce former County Executive Doug Duncan, who's here. Please raise your hand, Doug. Let's give him a round of applause. And thank you for all your work in the past as well. Thank you.
So sorry, you get me again. All right, so I like to think that the reason we're all here tonight is because we're trying to develop a partnership to keep these kids with autism safe, to keep the kids safe. So one of those people that's been pivotal in helping keep the kids safe is right there in front of us, Mr. Charles Mulkey, and we have a presentation for him today. So let me tell you a little bit about this guy. All right, unassuming guy, right? Well, I was having some problems with our equipment, with the Project Lifesaver equipment staying on the kids. The sides of the equipment were breaking. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? So I mentioned it to this smart guy to my left, and he said, I got an idea. I got a 3D printer. Let's see what I can come up with and fix the problem. What do you need? So, sorry, have that removed, please. Somebody remove that step. I lived to embarrass Nora, sorry. So, I reached out to Mr. Mulkey, and this is what he came up with. He came up with this in a couple of weeks, and he said, how many do you need? I said, well, how much are they? Don't ask. I'll do it. What do you need? So then, a little bit later on in the program, maybe a month or so later, I had another issue, and he said, what do you need? I'll take care of it. And sure enough, our program, Project Lifesaver program, runs even more effective because of him. So it's a prime example of a law enforcement community partnership working together to keep kids safe. And that's the goal tonight. And Mr. Mulkey made that definitely happen for us and the Project Lifesaver program. So a round of applause. Oh, I always forget that stuff, sorry. Attribute. All right, so Ann Gibbons from Autism Speaks is going to say a couple of words. You can watch your mom.
Okay, hi. I'll be very quick because I'm also an autism mom, and I have learned a short attention span from my 25-year-old son, Philip, in the PCR hat. Hey, Philip. Philip has been a guest of the Montgomery County Police once or twice because he wandered in the middle of the night, and they treated him like royalty. I was so concerned that he would want to go back to ride in the police car and have the nice blanket that they gave him and ride up and down in the elevator. But on a more serious note, we are so grateful to live in this county. We are so grateful for our county administration and our police department, who are well funded and do an excellent job at taking care of those who cannot speak for themselves or take care of themselves. Our lead volunteer in the community in Montgomery County is Mrs. Nora Fitzpatrick, right here, who is our chief community ambassador and really is the heart and soul of our families in Montgomery County. And inspired by her and Officer Reyes and her team, Officer Reyes has been invited to speak this weekend to 300 people from across the Northeast who are coming together actually at NASCAR, where she's going to present on what they're doing here. If you don't live, this is a friend of mine. If you don't live in Montgomery County, and you would like this sort of thing to happen in your county, I recommend that you stop at the Pathfinders for Autism table, which is down there in the end. See the tall blonde girl down there in shades? Pathfinders does first responder training, and they will come into your community to do first responders. And in addition, Autism Speaks has toolkits that can be downloaded and handed out for yourself and for your neighbors. If you take one thing home today, I would recommend you take home the window cling that the officers are providing at the check-in table. And just put it discreetly where you would put your security sticker at home, and it alerts a first responder, like one of our firemen or one of our policemen, that there may be someone on board that has trouble with verbal commands. Anyway, for the 1 in 68 children, the 1 in 42 boys who are dealing with an autism spectrum disorder today, we thank the Montgomery County Police Department for everything. Sorry. So I'm going to say thank you to our sponsor. Is that okay?
So a lot of work went into putting this event together, and I'd really like to say thank you again to my police family, to our volunteers, that we couldn't have done this without them. I'd like to say thank you to special organizations like Special Olympics that has really made sure that they wanted to be here tonight to be able to provide information to you. We have lots of great resources here. We have great and small horseback riding. We have Martar, swim lessons. There's so many great resources that we wanted to make this event a happy event. That's why we have the Moon Bounce and the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. So there's lots of sponsors up here that have really supported us, and we want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you. So in about 30 minutes, we're going to raffle off some of our great prizes. Okay. And I will just say a couple concluding remarks. I just want to take the opportunity again to thank Officer Reyes. Believe it or not, she is a part-time officer that supposed to only work 20 hours a week. And she gives a lot more than 20 hours, and I can't thank her enough, and her team. And Officer Jason Huggins is somewhere around. He's been instrumental in our search manager program. And finally, I do want to again thank our partners, Ann Gibbons and Nora Fitzpatrick from Autism Speaks. They've been a great partner with us to get the word out. Our officers are highly trained because of our county government and because of our county executive, Ike Leggett, because they fund us, they support us. So again, I want to thank you all for coming. Take some time and walk around, introduce yourself, get your picture taken, whatever you want. We're here. And ask the questions. Ask us questions. We're here to help. So thank you very much.
Yeah, right? NASCAR. Thank you.